Did Donovan practice today?
He did practice today.
Did he go through everything?
Yeah, he did everything we did.
When through the first half of the season, I think you guys have had 7 games with 2 days off. The rest of the way you have more breaks in the schedule. How important is having those breaks to be able to have practice time during the middle of the season?
I mean, it's important, one, that we make sure our guys get their rest and do all the things to, recover. But it's also a great opportunity to just clean stuff up. When you're playing every other day or back-to-backs or threes and, 5, whatever it may be, there is always slippage. So for us to be able to just have a time to get together, get everybody on the court, and go through whatever our system is and just rep it out, it helps us to clean up stuff.
At this point in the year, how much of that is taking care of yourself physically versus mentally?
I think it's a combination of both. One of the things that we try to do and have kind of put an emphasis on, is the mental approach and making sure that you're not fatigued there either, because we obviously understand how important that muscle is, and everything is better when you're fresh. Your sleep, everything, like you remember things better, you're quicker, all those things. So we've tried to put an emphasis on that to make sure guys are mentally fresh as well as physically fresh.
The road has been challenging for you guys this year. Some teams, they really come together on the road because obviously the atmospheres are hostile and that. Just have you just been able to pinpoint anything as far as why that's been so tough for you guys?
Early in the year, I would say it's our shooting has let us down on the road, and that's something that again we just have to continue to work through. When you go back and watch it, I don't think we've played poorly. I think we've done the right things. At the end of the day, I think we just didn't make enough shots. Obviously we had some off nights, don't get me wrong, but I think we've played the game the right way on the road, just haven't done enough to win enough.
We're about 2 weeks from the trade deadline, and I'm sure you guys are aware that names will pop up in rumors and everything else. How do you keep everyone just focused on the task at hand and ignore some of the outside noise, just things kind of leading into the deadline?
It's the same thing. It starts in training camp. It starts in the summer. Where we put our attention and where we put our focus. We approach the game, practice the same way every single day. So you're preparing yourself for moments that can be uncomfortable because we go about business the same way every day. So it's not, 2 weeks to the deadline and things change. We're the same every single day, building relationships, trying to stay as consistent as possible.
And I see Dylan getting shots up across the way there. How is he doing in his rehab progression?
He's progressing. I think it's still it's a slow process, but he's taking steps forward.
Do you expect him to play this season?
I expect him to play this season. Yeah.
Provided Donovan's back soon for that groin injury, you guys will be the healthiest you've been all year with Dean and Ricky providing. As a coach, how difficult can it be to transition from not having guys available to trying to make everything
that's it would be one thing if guys weren't playing well, and you were hunting and searching for different lineups. Like we've had a bunch of different guys contribute, so that's the difficult part of it. But we know overall that we have to give every group a chance. So all those guys have to get minutes and have to get on the floor. And it is tough. It takes time. It takes opportunities away from other people. But again, these are things that building those relationships and that trust and the respect for each other and the type of guys that we have understand that the team is always the priority. So we'll do what we have to do for the best of the team.
Friday night we were talking about Evan and just how good he knows he can be, how good you guys think he can be, and then ironically the next night he just goes off like that. Does that get lost on you a little bit?
No, again, it's he, right? Like to me, that's who he is. Understanding, the way we played Friday night, and I know that bothered him. So Saturday, when we needed him and the team needed him most, he's there for us, and he's always been there for us. So, I think it's again a credit to him and who he is, and how much this matters to him.
When you guys are in a spot where you're always winning now, but you also have to develop players for such a young team. Are you starting to see the fruits of the labor on the development side of things, just like by winning in different ways?
Yeah, and I think, starting last year, the things that we focused on and the development that we talk about is not so much about just individual skill sets, right? We always work on that. That's kind of the baseline. But the priority for us in development is, do your plays impact winning? And, again, I think we've won more and more, and we've continued to get better as a team because of it.
All right, thanks so much.
All right.